Valentine's Day is less than 2 weeks away, and today we're asking, what is love? I'll spare you the Night at the Roxbury impression, but I would like to ask that question to Todd Huston. He's a mountain climbing record holder, motivational speaker, author, has a master's degree in psychotherapy, and is shooting a film about the meaning of love called Love Leaders. Good morning, Todd.
Good morning, Dave. Good to be here.
Well, when did you decide after you climbed the highest peak in all 50 states, after that, when did you decide, now I want to focus my life on determining what love is?
Well, what I was doing after I broke the world record in the mountain climbing was going around the world, from the Sydney Opera House to, well, the King of Bahrain had me at his palace. And I spoke to people all over the world, inner city kids to, like I say, royalty, whoever it might be. And what I realized through all of that was that there was one common denominator that it seemed like people needed. It wasn't like they needed more inspiration or they needed more motivation. What they really needed was to understand what love was. Because I thought love might be the solution here. So I started studying it over a decade ago, and it's led to doing a movie.
So this movie that you're shooting, you've been gracious enough to share some footage as it's being shot. This interview I'm going to toss to now. This is from Bishop Michael Curry. You may remember him, gave a keynote address at Prince Harry and Meghan's wedding. So take a listen to this clip from Love Leaders by Bishop Curry.
You shall love the Lord your God. And then he says, and your neighbor as yourself. He said, on these hang all the law and the prophets. In other words, everything that God was talking about, trying to get at, everything that God was trying to get at, it's right there. Love God, love your neighbor as yourself, which implies love of God, self, neighbor, and self.
So that's interesting. So what did you take away from your interview with Bishop Curry?
Well, a lot from Bishop Curry. He's an amazing, amazing man. But what he was saying there was a quote from the Bible saying, look, you take everything that's written in here and we can sum it up by saying, love God, love your neighbor as yourself. In other words, to love. Now, we've always been told to love. Our parents told you. Didn't your mom and dad say, hey, Dave, go out there and love people, right?
Yeah, love people as you would yourself. I mean, yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, but we'll get to that in a second. But then also, you've always been told by your religious, leaders and your pastors and all that to love. Even the Beatles told you to go love, 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 right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're never told what love is. We're always told to go do it, but we're not told what it is, and we're not told how to do it, and how to do it in all the areas of our life. So that's what I went after.
Did you have an answer that you could share with us, what love is, in the next little bit?
I wish it was just a real simple answer. When this first started getting researched, which was back in the mid-70s, a little bit before that, but there wasn't a lot of support for that. Actually, have you ever heard of the Golden Fleece Award? Senator Proxmire did this thing where he said, this is a waste of taxpayers' money. And the first one that he ever gave that to was a grant for taxpayers to support research on love.
Okay.
And he thought, that's a total joke, and only poets should study love. So it had a rough start, and by the way, he ended up getting a divorce. But, right. So what we have is research has just started getting into this. We have psychologists, we have evolutionary biologists, we have neuroscientists. They're taking pictures of the brain. It's all these people trying to figure out what is love. Well, just like people touching an elephant that are blind, they're all going to have a different description of it. Right? The biologist is going to say, love is your hormones, like oxytocin, the love chemical, right? Your psychologist is going to say it's the way you think and it's the way you behave. Your religious, your theologian is going to say, well, it's of God. And then you have all these other people. Well, the truth is, it's a combination of all of this. And not only that, but you have your own personal definition, your own personal experience of what love is.
Through your experiences.
Yeah. So you take all that, and then you have an experience you can't really describe, so it's even beyond all of that. So what is love? Well, it's something amazing, and it's something that can not only save a person, you know, but it can save a world.
Yeah, Love Leaders. It's in the works right now. It's a documentary. Will be released soon, bringing love to life. This is a free workshop you're going to be involved in, 10 a.m. to noon. This is Saturday, February 11th at the St. Francis Health Zone, as they're at near 68th in Yale. So if you want to hear Todd speak in person for free, that's coming up February 11th. Todd, Huston, thank you so much for your time. Good luck on the film.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
The
yeah,
38th
go out there and do lots of love.
Yes, we will. We will. The 38th Annual Expo, Women's Expo, kicks off this weekend at the Expo Square in Tulsa. After the break news on 6's Meredith McCown shows us what you can expect from more than 200 booths set up there.